And here we go. Hey, friend. Good to see you back in here. How are you guys doing? Just getting back from the gym. Did some got some cardio in today. Feeling great. I hope that you're doing amazing. I can't believe we're 6 days away from Christmas as I'm recording this, which is insane. Coming up on the end of the year. How are you doing? How are you guys doing in here? Let me know. Drop a hashtag live if you're catching this live with us. Drop a hashtag replay if you guys are catching the replay. I am so excited to talk about the power of premium and the fastest path to scaling your firm from what I've seen from working with a lot of accountants. So let me, as usual, get the this up on my phone so I can see who's in here hanging out with us. Okay. Say hi. So Richard, I see you in here. Always good seeing you on these live streams, man. Thank you. I hope you're doing incredible. Today's been an awesome day. I had a client, um, one client reached out and let me know that he made two of the highest offers that he's ever made for monthly recurring services. And that was just incredible. And those deals are in really good spot, hopefully to close before Christmas time, right? Keep our fingers crossed. But I'm super pumped about that. Another client had a upgrade conversation, and that's being finalized as well. But I'm just so blessed for the people that I'm working with, and just helping clients to improve their financials and improve revenue and sales and profit. All that stuff is great, but my favorite part is just seeing the transformational change and the confidence level change and all of that great stuff. And that's just it's such a blessing to see that, and that's stuff that just continues to compound and grow. So that's been super cool. Hey Darcy, hey Vidal, hey Rich. We got a nice crowd in here today. Hey guys, hey Sonny. So I think we're good to dive into it. So I know you know let me know if this is you, right? If you are providing tax prep, bookkeeping, some combination of the two, maybe for your 2024, let me know, were you in a place where you felt like it was you were grinding through it? Did you go through a year where you were overworked, working a lot of hours, especially during busy season and during extension season? Maybe a lot of people I'm talking to even now are knee deep in work. I know that there's been a lot of storm relief stuff going on, and late filers and all kinds of stuff. But you know, maybe you were in a place where you were really grinding it out this year, working with a high volume of clients, and maybe your pricing may or may not be where you want it to be. And that's really tough. Like I really, I've had enough conversations. I just hear the pain in having and having all that work on your shoulders, you and your team's shoulders, and how hard it can be, to be the firefighter and juggling all of that. And that's not even talking about the lifestyle stuff, right? All the things that are going on outside of the business. So, you know, when you have the services like tax prep and accounting, it's they're great services, but a lot of times we can end up really grinding in those. And particularly, honestly, I see it more in the tax prep side, but definitely I've seen it on both. Um, and when you do have a high volume of clients, you know, it can just get to be really overwhelming. You end up feeling really stretched thin. You have emails popping in every day, every couple of days, calls, and just having to put out fires. And I know maybe we may be catching our breath right now. Some of us, I think some of you may be right in the thick of things still, and we're about to go into another busy season, right? But what I want you guys to know is like what to know. You don't, there is a way to scale your firm where you can hit your revenue goals, have the flexibility and freedom that you want, and make the impact that you want. And you don't need to work with hundreds or even thousands of clients necessarily to get there, right? So that's why I really wanted to touch on today how impactful a shift to bringing in premium services can be to your firm, right? So that adding monthly advisory services or premium services, ideally monthly recurring, can absolutely change the game for your revenue, for your ability to scale out of your business because of the profit margins of those services. And it will also allow you to create massive, massive impact and transformation for your clients. And believe it or not, it doesn't need to take, as I'm sure I'll dive into this on this conversation, it doesn't need to take boatloads of more time to offer these services and to deliver these services. Okay. But just breaking down the numbers, right? You know, if we wanted to add, when I do these math examples, it's always fun, right? Uh, I'm just looking here at the comments, guys. Hey Mac, good to see you, man. It's been a while. With on the math side. So if we wanted to add, let's go with 500,000 in revenue, right? I know that may be aligned with what you're trying to get to, or it may be, you may have a completely different goal. But just for purposes of this, let's say that we have a revenue goal that we want to hit at 500,000. So if we wanted to add 500,000, we we could add tax clients. And let's say when I look at 1040s, when I look at business taxes, if I combine everything, I'd say probably the solid average number that I hear for tax prep for client is probably $1,000, right? Once a year. Now you've got people that maybe charge 100, 200, 300, $500 for 1040. And then the business returns can be 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. So, there's a huge range there, but just for sake of this, let's say it's 1,000 a return. So it's going to take 500 clients to hit your $500,000 revenue goal. If we are able to package up something valuable and scalable, and it doesn't take a boatload of time to deliver, right? Something that we can do efficiently and really help and impact our clients in a positive way. And we can charge 1,000 to 3,000 a month for it, right? That we're looking at 12,000 a year to 36,000 a year in revenue. For the sake of this exercise, let's meet in the middle and say 2,000 a month, right? So that's $24,000 a year per client. So it would take you approximately 21 clients to hit your $500,000 revenue goal, right? So you can achieve you can achieve your revenue goal, hit where you want to take your firm to so much easier just by having that service line, and bringing in bringing in fewer clients that way, right? Versus focusing on bringing in 500 tax returns, right? And everything that I talk about here, this may or may not align with you, right? At the end of the day, it's about looking what the long-term North Star goal is for you and your lifestyle and your business, right? And seeing what fits best and which ways make the most sense for you to reverse engineer to get there, right? So if you love tax prep, it may make sense that you are building a business that's mostly focused on tax compliance, right? But from what we found, if you are someone that's looking to have more freedom, have more flexibility, have healthy profit margins, we've just seen success again and again and again and again with bringing in these premium monthly advisory services, and just the amazing impact that it's made for the clients that you deliver it for, and for your business. Okay. So I'm going to pause here, guys. Actually, I have a premium offer worksheet, right? So if you may already have light bulbs going off about, hey, like I don't even know where I would start with packaging this thing up. if that is something that you are interested in and you want to know, so the steps in terms of how to offer, uh, how to build out that premium offer, just drop a hashtag premium below, and I'll make sure I get that worksheet over to you. Okay. Cool. Cool. Awesome. So, um, and I know I'm hammering in how effective this is, but we had one client this year that upgraded 10 plus of his clients to $3,000 a month retainers, right? So that added 400 ish $1,000, and I think it's even grown from since the last time that we've spoke about it. So it's just been a massive game changer with just upgrading current clients to this service line. So that's the power, that's the potential, right? Um, I want to touch on why advisory, it doesn't necessarily need to mean more work, right? When we package these up the right way, um, we want to do it in a way that has a defined scope so that you're not setting yourself up to be printing reports every day or to be getting called every day, right? In the agreement, we want to have set structure and set deliverables and frequencies, and we really want to be clear on that, right? And deliver it in a way where we don't have that scope creep. And then when we do that initial onboarding, we want to make sure that that's discussed and tight, and then we can also have that kind of boilerplate note that anything that you want outside of this would be outside of scope, and that whole thing. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, right? Um, so yeah. Lost my train of thought here for a second. Okay. Uh, I jotted down some notes today, which is a little different because I usually go more off the cuff. So, but I wanted to have a couple of bullet points for you guys today to stay structured. Um, so why premium doesn't mean more work? So I know maybe you think, when you think CFO, when you think advisory, you think of like, oh, I gotta run all these reports, and I have to have this huge spreadsheet with all this information. But at the end of the day, what advisory really is it's getting clear on what the goals are and what the challenges are for that business owner, and it's helping them and asking powerful questions and reviewing the data of the company with them and reflecting on the past to help them make proactive decisions in the future, right? And the biggest probably the biggest thing that you can do there is actually sitting down and having that relationship with them and actually meeting with them to ask these questions, right? And to help them get more clarity on what they should be focused on, and helping them get clarity on what decisions to make in their business and what to prioritize in their business. Okay. So it's really about communicating the value of the relationship and the outcomes that you're solving for your prospects. Okay. Um, so let's talk about how do we actually transition to premium services. Okay. Um, the first thing that I would do is take a look at your current client base. Okay. Your clients are already people that know, like, and trust you, hopefully, right? If you guys are doing good compliance work, they should know, like, and trust you at this point. Um, from what you know about them, and I know if you are somebody that's working with 500, 600, however many clients, it can be hard to know too much about any one client. But to the level that you can do an audit on your current client base, um, particularly looking at the businesses, excuse me, the businesses that are doing uh, generally recommend $250,000 or more in sales, so 250,000 or more in sales. I know sometimes one concern that I get sometimes about advisory is, although I need a million or 2 billion or $5 million companies to make advisory offers to, and absolutely not, because we're going to differentiate your offer in such a way that owners are going to be willing to pay more for the relationship, for the proactiveness, and for helping them get the outcomes and solve the problems that they have. Okay. People will pay a lot more than what they'll pay for getting a tax return. Okay. And that's not to poo poo on tax prep or compliance. That work is still very important and vital and needs to get done, right? So the first thing we want to do is audit the current client base, look at revenue size, look at what are some of the common complaints, common pain points that you're hearing them talk about if you are already meeting with some of these clients. And just start to see if you pick up on any patterns, right? So that's a good starting point, is looking at what common goals that your clients have and what common challenges that your clients are facing. Then from there, we want to package up a advisory offer. Now, I love creating a process or a methodology here, because it really creates a narrative or a story that you can share with the prospect and really paint the picture of how you best help and how you're best going to serve them and help them solve their problems and challenges. So how we do this is we want to basically bundle up what we do into 3 to 5 components, like key components, and then have subcomponents as part of that, right? Just so that it's easy for you to explain it to the prospect and makes complete sense. Um, they're it's much more easier for them to see the value, right? And there's a saying that a confused prospect never buys, right? So, hey Dara, hey, good to see you in here. Awesome. It's cool to see some new faces in here, guys. This is great. Awesome. Now, once you have that package and that worksheet that I mentioned, we'll walk you through maybe how to, some of the things that you could bundle up as components. But I definitely recommend as at least one of the components or two being like the things that you're already doing for them, and bundling everything together into like one package thing, so that it's easier for them to understand what they're paying and what they're getting, right? So one of the components may be compliance, where you're doing the reporting, the taxes, the accounting, if it's applicable, right? Other components that you could use, we could look at tax planning if you're doing proactive tax planning or want to. It could be, and there should be a component that's probably around profitability and recurring or periodic meetings with the client. Um, Also, an overarching business assessment is a really good one. So where you're coming in and auditing and getting the clear picture on what's going on from the beginning, not just on the accounting function, but also on things like operations, sales, and just the business as a whole. Um, and I'm going to think of a couple other ones for you guys. Cash flow optimization or cash flow engineering is another one. But look at what your clients need, and also look at what your core competencies are and skills are, and where you've provided the most value for clients in the past. And that should help you get to a place where you can come up with these 3 to 5 components. And we can obviously go to the market, either prospects or current clients or past clients, and get feedback on what their thoughts are about the process as a whole, and if it's something they want implemented into their business. Okay. So once you have that packaged up, the next step would be, before you go out and start marketing it to the world and starting a big old marketing campaign, you likely, if you have 25, 50, 100 business clients in your business, you likely have really good candidates to upgrade, right? We've helped multiple people add 100,000 or more to their business just through upgrades alone. So it's a really good place to start. Um, so that's again a really good place to start. So I go through your client list and identify a handful, 5 to 10, um, 5 to 10 5 to 10 clients that you think could be good fits for this, and reach out to them, email, phone, some combination of the two, and actually set up a meeting, really a discovery meeting, to find out more about what their goals are and what their challenges are, right? And that's really easy to frame. because right now in this industry, uh, there's a lot of clients that are unhappy with the amount of attention that they're getting, right? So just think, if you reach out to your top clients and say, hey, hey, Bill, I was just thinking about you. I was going through your file, and um, as we're coming to the end of the year, I know it's a really good time for me to understand what you're trying to accomplish next year for 2025, and what you're working through there, and what your goals are and what you're working through there to get there. We want to make sure that we're supporting you as best as you can as a partner. So would love to have a I would love to have a conversation with you to understand what those goals are and just make sure that we're best supporting you, right? And then we go ahead and we set up a call with those five clients or however many candidates that you have, right? And on that conversation, you really want to spend 80% of the time asking them powerful questions, high level, about what their goals are and what their challenges are. Sure, in the accounting function, but also just like what's going on activity wise in the business and what their concerns are. Okay, and that will help you to really understand what they're trying to do and really allow you to sell this effectively, right? Really good saying here. It's Nobody gives a crap about our offer. Nobody gives a crap about our shiny shit. Okay. Uh, it's really about what we can do for people. And the best way for us to understand how we can best help is to ask really good questions. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. So just that alone that alone can add 30-50%. It can massively increase your revenue in your business depending on the opportunity volume that you have in there. Okay. So let's see. A couple of objections that I commonly hear about this. So, oh, number one, my clients won't pay that, right? Well, that's a common concern that I hear from accountants, is that my clients won't pay 1,500 a month, $2,000 a month retainers. I I want you to take off the hat that that we're selling compliance services, right? Because we're not offering a bookkeeping or tax preparation service where people can just go shop down the street for it and find the same thing. The way that we're going to present this ideally is going to be differentiated, so they're not going to be comparing apples to apples and like price shopping you and things like that nearly as much, right? So when this is done properly, they should see the value in the process and how that helps them to solve the problem and helps them to solve their problems and move towards their goals. um, and they should be willing to pay more because you framed it that way, right? um, and let's see, I would say, if a timing objection comes up, like I don't have time to implement this right now. I think it's just asking why these problems are important to solve now, and really, I mean, I think it's just really understanding, you know, why this is important to solve now, and as well, when another way that you guys can position what you're doing is um, helping them to improve profitability. They're going to be able to take those resources and reinvest into the business to open up capacity, right? So that's one thing that you can that's one way that you can overcome that concern, right? And sometimes it may make sense to kick it down the road, but listen, and if you can serve them, I think that's that's one great way to overcome that concern. Because really, when you guys are doing these meetings the right way and asking great questions, yes, you're going to help them directly impact their bottom line, but also when you impact their bottom line, it gives them the ability to solve other problems related to their freedom and their flexibility in their business and their ability to scale out of their business, and also the ability to better impact their clients and better serve their mission. Okay. Awesome, guys. So I hope this made sense. I know this was a pretty high level conversation. Again, if you guys want the premium offer worksheet, drop a hashtag worksheet in here, and I'll make sure I get it over to you. Okay. If you want to just straight up talk to me about how to even do this, right? How to do upgrades, or how do I even start with packaging up an advisory or monthly recurring offer like this? Just message me directly. I'm in Messenger, so I'll be on top of it. Shoot it over to me, and I'm happy to jam out. You know, really this is really all that we've been working on and talking about for years now, and it's been just it's been so cool to see the transformations and the growth and the successes. So I want you guys to have that same success. So really good opportunity here. If you're interested, DM me or ask for the worksheet. Happy to talk to you. I think I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna jump off of here. Okay. But I appreciate you guys all. You rock, and keep on rocking. If I don't go live before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And I will talk to you guys all soon. See you guys.